everybody, I'm Bree the Plant Lady, and today I am doing my least favorite thing of all time as a gardener. Stashing away my tender plants because we have frost in the forecast for 2 nights from now, and we have rain coming overnight, and I especially don't want the succulents to be wet when they're going into dry storage. So now I've got to rush around and get these stashed away inside so that I know that they'll be in their best condition for overwintering in the heated shed, basically from November until mid to late March, maybe early April. When I pull them out, it's really just depending on the forecast, just like when I put them in is entirely dependent on the forecast. Today I noticed that our 36-degree low went down to 32, which means it could always get colder than that, and none of these succulents are hardy to frost temperatures. As I mentioned, you also don't want them to go into dry storage soaking wet, and so that's why I'm kind of in a rush situation. I of course have to teach a webinar in a half an hour, so what I don't get done right now I will do after the webinar ends this evening, but I probably won't be able to record it because it's going to be dark out. Another reason why I absolutely hate this time of year. I'm like counting down the minutes until we have the spring equinox and the days start to get substantially longer and warmer. So anyhow, I am going to get busy putting my relatively large collection of succulents up into the shelves and on top of the refrigerator in this heated shed where they will live for the next 5-6 months. A little insight into my heated shed. I've got this, wraparound shelf, and that's where I put a lot of, especially the not super heavy stuff. And this is a good reason to grow your succulents in plastic containers and not pottery because they weigh less. And this heated shed, it's literally heated to room temperature. You see, there's a grate. And so in the summer it's great because it's air conditioned, which really helps keep the refrigerator and freezer functioning well. In the winter, it's the best place for me to stash these things that can go totally dry. I've got 2 grow lights that are on a timer, which I had set up last year. So this is a really easy setup. These grow lights are from Norb, N-O-R-B lighting. And you can see I've had mice. This is why I have to refrigerate all my seed. I can't do anything in here, letting anything sit in here without being totally, mouse proof. But all of this is going to get filled, and then the top of the refrigerator is really useful because this is where I can put heavier things. All right, it's time to start the process. Have I mentioned that I hate this time of year? Well, look at that. I'm pretty happy about the progress I've made getting this top shelf full. Inevitably, when the home renovations next door are done, I'll use some of these for decoration inside, for decor. But for now, they're going to be out of the rain and out of the threat of frost. So I have a couple that I haven't put in, and that's because they're too heavy for me to lift up over. I'm just not strong enough. It's really important and totally fair to know what you're capable of doing and not hurting yourself. Now, people always ask, why don't I bring them inside? And it's actually pretty simple. I don't bring any plants inside. I have 3 cats that will make an absolute mess of everything. And my house that I live in is really dark. It's not really appropriate for houseplants unless I was to put in grow lights everywhere. And my husband's requested that I not do that. And I think that's totally fair. We live in a small house, so if I was to bring all of these things in, I would then have to get rid of a whole bunch of other decorative elements that, we actually use. Bowls and plates and, you know, vases and things, and I just don't want to do that. So that's why I have this heated shed outfitted, so that I can still grow all of these things and have a collection, but I don't actually have to bring them inside. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't want to have them inside. And in fact, you see that one right there, that really cool mangave, it's just too cool. I got to bring it in. I can't help it. I don't want it to be wasted where I won't see it for the next 6 months. And, you know, like I said, when the house next door gets finished, that house is a lot brighter. The windows are really big. It doesn't have a front porch or a pergola that block the light from coming in. And I think it'll be a much better environment for me to be able to have houseplants or overwinter succulents in. But that house isn't ready, so I can't bring them in there right now. That's going to be like a next year thing. So I'm going to hop off, do my webinar, and we'll come back out tonight and get the rest of these tucked in. I know I need to do a sweep through the garden because I'm positive that I have other things stashed away in areas that I haven't noticed, but I'm feeling pretty good about at least dealing with the reality that frost is in the forecast and it's just hours away at this stage. All right, so with David's help, we got the rest in. We do still have this lemon or lime. I think it's a lime. Everybody says the Manfredas are hardy, so I'm leaving that out. Not the mangaves, but the Manfreda itself. And now the shed is pretty full. I've had it fuller, but it is like nice to be able to walk, and I can't quite open the refrigerator with this orientation. I'll probably bring this big mangave inside. Like when we have a string of days that aren't freezing, all these things on the ground will come back out because I want to be able to use the shed. And of course, Cubby needs to micromanage the process. Well, everybody, I hope that if you've already had frost or are having frost, this video will help you better understand how to keep at least tender succulents that appreciate dry storage, so that you can overwinter them successfully like I do. You can see the grow lights are definitely keeping this room illuminated. And I have those on a timer where the timer comes on at 4 in the afternoon and stays on until midnight. And this room does have a door with a window on it. That was very intentional, so that there's some natural light that actually comes in anyway. No need to keep your grow lights on 24 hours a day. That's not to any plant's benefit whatsoever. They need time to rest. And the key to success here, don't water them. Don't water them at all winter. That's why, I know I've said this multiple times, but that's why they're way up high, so that I can't get tempted. They need dry storage, otherwise they'll melt in the middle of winter, and then all this effort will be really not for any purpose. So I hope you found this video to be helpful, and I'm wishing you all the best as we get into the winter season. Thanks for watching, everybody.